As Islamabad quietly opens new land lifelines into a blockaded Iran, is Pakistan edging away from Trump's camp and drifting closer to Mujtaba's side in this war? With a single Gazette notification, has Pakistan just punched a hole in Trump's Hormuz squeeze strategy, giving Tehran a backdoor route around the naval chokehold? By opening 6 overland corridors from its ports into Iran, has Shehbaz Sharif cracked the wall of Trump's blockade, turning Pakistan into Tehran's overland oxygen line? Is Pakistan still a loyal U.S. ally, or now an Iran enabler in disguise, as its new transit route sparks suspicion from Washington to Tel Aviv? And with both the U.S. and Iran doubting its neutrality, is Islamabad now risking everyone's trust at once just as ceasefire diplomacy hangs in the balance? Shehbaz Sharif is walking a geopolitical tightrope, opening a land lifeline to Iran under U.S. naval blockade while still trying to play mediator between Washington and Tehran. On April 25, Islamabad quietly issued the Transit of Goods Through Territory of Pakistan Order 2026, a legal instrument that took effect immediately. The order designates 6 overland routes from Karachi, Port Qasim, and Gwadar, funneling cargo toward Iran via the border crossings at Gabd on the coast and Taftan inland. These corridors run across Balochistan, tying together hubs like Turbet, Panjshir, Kuzdar, Quetta, and Dalbandin on their way to Iran's frontier. Crucially, the new rules allow third-country cargo to transit Pakistani soil by truck, reaching Iranian territory entirely by road without ever touching Hormuz. Commerce Minister Jam Kamal Khan has hailed the move as a significant step to boost regional trade and reinforce Pakistan's role as a key land bridge. The decision came while thousands of containers lay stranded at Karachi port, unable to sail because of the Hormuz shipping crisis. More than 3,000 containers bound for Iran were reportedly stuck in limbo, their voyages blocked by the US-led disruption in the Strait of Hormuz. The new Gwadar-Gabd route cuts border travel time down to just 2 or 3 hours, compared with the 16 to 18 hours it can take from Karachi. Pakistani officials say that shorter corridor can slash transport costs for shippers by roughly 45 to 55%, making overland routes suddenly attractive. The order explicitly allows third-country goods to move by road into Iran, but it keeps India fully excluded from using any of these new corridors. A 2025 ban on Indian goods transiting Pakistan, imposed after the latest India-Pakistan war, remains firmly in place despite the new Iran routes. This shift comes just as Pakistan is under fire for alleged bias in U.S.-Iran mediation, with both sides questioning whether Islamabad can really be neutral. In Washington, analysts say Pakistan's new overland routes punch a visible hole in Trump's maximum economic pressure campaign against Iran. U.S. strategist Derek J. Grossman has warned that Islamabad is helping Tehran bypass the counterblockade in Hormuz, offering an economic escape hatch. He accuses Pakistan of double-dealing America yet again, presenting itself as Washington's mediator while quietly easing pressure on Iran's economy. Israel has already branded Pakistan an unreliable mediator in this grinding war, signaling lack of trust in Islamabad's back-channel role. Israeli Ambassador Reuven Azor has said outright that Pakistan is not trustworthy as a neutral go-between in any US-Iran arrangement. Even Iran has voiced doubts, recently describing Pakistan as a good neighbor but not a suitable intermediary for serious negotiations. Lawmaker Ibrahim Rizoi has argued that Pakistan consistently tilts toward US interests despite warm rhetoric, questioning its credibility as a mediator. Iran's National Security and Foreign Policy Commission Ibrahim Rizoi said, and I quote, "Pakistan is a good friend and neighbor of ours, but it is not a suitable intermediary for negotiations and lacks the necessary credibility for mediation. They always take Trump's interests into account and do not say a word against the Americans' wishes. For example, they are unwilling to tell the world that America first accepted Pakistan's proposal but then went back on its word. They do not say that the Americans had commitments regarding the issue of Lebanon or the blocked assets but failed to fulfill them. A mediator must be impartial, not always leaning to one side." Unquote. The second round of US-Iran talks stalled after Trump abruptly cancelled his envoy's planned visit to Islamabad, freezing the mediation track. Iran had already refused direct talks with the US, insisting it will not sit down while American warships enforce a blockade on its ports. Still, Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says Tehran will keep using Islamabad to pass messages and discuss terms, even as both sides snipe at Pakistan's role.